this is Shelley Clerx, and kindness is my currency. Thanks for tuning in with me today. And I wanted to just recap a little bit. One of my first sessions I did with everybody was take action. Second session was you are beautiful. Third session is challenging times. And today's session is going to be about being the best version of you. Okay? So before we get started, I just wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of housekeeping points that people have brought to my attention. I think in the first or the second session, I addressed what I was doing as a blog or a vlog, but neither are correct. It is a video series, is what I'm going to continue to call it. So getting that cleaned up. And then another point that came through was a reference that I had referenced tribe, and that was in reference to family or community, but I'll look to make that change moving forward. I want to talk about living in the moment and being the best version of yourself today. I want to remind you a couple of points. During the day when you're feeling great, we don't look for little coping mechanisms, but during the day when we're not feeling great, we sometimes get paralyzed with fear or anxiety and we just don't know what to do next. I'm going to encourage you, this is what I'm going to say, find your favorite song. I don't care if it's from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, whatever. I don't care if it's country, I don't care if it's pop, whatever. Put it on, turn the volume up, and dance. Get into that moment of that higher frequency where you are smiling and your heart is just pounding. Take that moment for you. If you can't do that where you're living, go to a park, go to a vehicle, put your earbuds in and play the song. And that will change fundamentally the mood that you're in or the thoughts that you're thinking. An author that I really, really love is Miguel Ruiz. He is the author of the 4 Agreements, and his 4 agreements are: 1, be impeccable with your word; 2, don't make assumptions; 3, don't take things personally; and 4, always do your best. And I would say over the years, I have applied those points to my life, and they've been helpful. They've been revolutionary in many of my relationships or my contacts with people. What I have also done is created my own versions, and they might be contributors. The contributors might be people like Marianne Williamson or Louise Hay or Brene Brown or Tony Robbins or Deepak Chopra. But one really important point for me that I use when I'm talking with people or I remind people about are keep your agreements. And if you can't keep your agreements, then don't make one. If someone says, why can't you tell me until the day before whether you can join us or not? Say, you know what? It's really important to my level of integrity that I don't break my agreements. That for my own self-will and my own self-worth, that I follow through on saying I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So whether that is meeting friends, whether that's meeting a deadline, if you're not sure you can meet that deadline or meet those friends or keep that agreement, then don't make it. That would be my recommendation to you. Another one that is really, really important that has been a fundamental foundational point for me is don't gossip. Don't engage in any gossip. If someone is not there and you're part of a group, or whether it's girlfriends for lunch or whatever it is, on the playground, book club, whatever it is, if someone isn't there and people are talking about that person, take the high road. Take the ethical position, I call it, and say, on behalf of that person not here, I don't feel it's fair that we have this discussion, because from what I've come to understand in my 50-some years of life is that you never know what that person is feeling that's being spoken about. You don't know what's under their roof. You don't know their shoes that they've been walking in. You don't know the toxicity that they've been experiencing or the coping mechanisms that they are trying to deal with or they're using. So my biggest recommendation is take a step back and defend that person or the situation that is not there to defend themselves. Your integrity as a human being, as a person, amidst your peer group will raise exponentially, as it will with keeping your agreements, because you'll get known to be that person that doesn't break the agreement but keeps the agreement, that keeps her word. Same with someone will always feel safe with you and talking with you because they'll know that you'll have their back when they're not there. And that applies in the reverse too. If people that you're spending time with are talking about someone that's not there, you can be assured they're going to perhaps have some comments or interesting points to say if you're not there. A very, very, very important point to me in my growth and my journey in life is be honest and tell the truth always, 110% of the time. And I will say to you, if you don't tell the truth, it will catch up with you, whether it's in 10 minutes, a half an hour, a day, a month, a year, 10 years, 20 years. It will come to a head somewhere. And I promise you, being honest and as Miguel would say, impeccable with your word is going to be the greatest and healthiest vehicle that you'll ever drive. So continue that, try really hard. And one of the last thing that I would say is what you say behind my back is none of my business. So assume that people will talk about you. Assume you may even have someone come up to you and say, hey, you know what? Somebody said this at book club or at yoga or at, the playground picking up kids or whatever the case is. My coping mechanism in getting through a lot of situations in my life is what you say about me behind my back is none of my business. I have referenced Louise Hay, I think today, Miguel Ruiz, Marianne Williamson. Louise Hay I love because she always says, whatever thoughts are planted here in your brain, it's like a garden. So keep it positive and good things will blossom and grow. Marianne Williamson also says this, you can always choose to perceive things differently. You can focus on what's wrong in your life or you can focus on what's right. And that's ultimately what this session is all about, is live in the moment and be the best version of yourself using whether it's Miguel's points or the points that I addressed after Miguel's, or reminding yourself that your thoughts are a garden of seeds. They're either going to grow and prosper or they're going to grow and be weeds and be toxic for you in your thought patterns moving forward. And Marianne Williamson says, again, remember what you're focusing on, like the garden, because that's what will manifest. Listen, thank you so much for tuning in to Shelley Clerx. Kindness is my currency. I am grateful that you spent some time with me today. Remember to pay it forward, okay? Pay this kindness forward when you get a chance. If you need to reach out to me, again, it's sclerx@shaw.ca. So sclerx@shaw.ca. Again, thanks for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.